What's up, YouTubers? So before we get started with this video, on KJZ, they're going to be talking to Trae Young's dad about Trae Young being spit on by a fan. So let's see what they have to say about that.
Discussing Trae Young, let's bring in his dad, Ray Young, who joins us right now on the Goodyear Hotline. Ray, good morning. Thanks for joining us, first and foremost. Second, as we've been talking about the playoffs and the return of crowds and atmosphere and everything else, one thing that has happened now around the league, fan dropping popcorn on Russell Westbrook in Philadelphia, that has to be addressed. There was video, which we'll talk to you in a minute about, with your son, a fan spitting at Trae at Madison Square Garden. That had to be addressed. And then Ja Morant's parents sitting in Utah for a game against the Jazz, and apparently, as the story goes, fans were yelling vulgar and racist comments at them. The NBA had to handle all of them.
So these fans are getting out of control. Actually, these fans have been out of control with the racist comments, throwing popcorn and spitting on the players. So what's going to happen is the NBA is going to be forced to have no more contact between the fans and the players. There's going to be no more courtside seats. The courtside seats are going to be pushed back 10 to 15 feet. There's just going to be no more contact between the fans and the players because the fans can't be trusted. It's not all the fans. It's a small group of fans, but that's enough to ruin it for everybody. And it's just getting out of control.
And all of the fans were banned from those arenas. In your case, Ray, your son, in that situation, the Knicks, the NBA, the Players Association, all stepping up. The Knicks put out a statement finding out who the person was, found out it's not a season ticket holder, that they did spit at your son. He is now banned from the Garden indefinitely.
So how are they going to enforce that? How are they going to force having that guy be banned from the Garden? Do they have his driver's license to where they can scan it and they can see that, he can't be let in? Is there going to be a picture of that guy's face at the entrance of all at the stadiums to where they make comparisons like, oh, this is the guy in the picture. We can't let you in. How are they going to force him not being able to come back to the games? I've never been to a game in Atlanta or wherever this happened, so I don't know how they're going to be able to force anything.
And I believe, Ray, they reached out to you about pressing charges, or reached out to Trae about pressing charges?
Yes, sir, they did. And first off, good morning, and I'm honored to be on the show. I got to give shouts out to Keyshawn. I've been a big fan for years. So thank you guys for having me.
Hey, Ray, Jason told me to tell you what's up, too. Jason
Oh,
Martin.
yeah. Yeah, Jason Martin, that's my man. So, tell him I said hello. But, thanks again for having me on the show. And, to answer that question, they did reach out to Trae about pressing charges, but that was, that.
Look, you see the fans spit in his direction or try to get near him. I tell you what, if you spit on me like that, or close spit on me, there's going to be some consequences and repercussions for that. That's as bad as it gets. I'd much rather be hit point blank in the face or sucker punched by a fan than be spit on, especially with the whole coronavirus thing going on. Man, if you spit on me like that, you can go ahead and cancel Christmas. That's out of control.
Was something that we felt wasn't necessary. I know there are different opinions on that. Some people think that you should do it. Some people think that you shouldn't. But in the heat of the moment, Trae just told me that he didn't know what happened, and we didn't find out until after the game. And people started messaging me on Twitter and messaging Trae, and it kind of got brought up on social media. So once that happened, we were like, oh wow. And my first thought was, why didn't 50 Cent do anything? Because Trae was standing right in front of 50 Cent, and I guess his girlfriend was next to him. So I was kind of surprised that they didn't notice it. But, Trae, he was more concerned with, trying to finish the game and also with all the chants that were going on. I think that was his number one concern at the time.
Man, that's a weak move by Trae Young and his dad. You don't want to press charges? So you mean you let this man spit on you or attempt to spit on you and you don't want to press charges? Man, you can't, like I said, that's as bad as it gets to let somebody spit on you like that, especially with the coronavirus going on and all that. And you don't want to press charges because it seemed like it would be inconvenient to you. Yeah, there's no way. If you spit on me like that, there's definitely, we're going to have some major problems if you spit on me like that or get close to spitting on me like that. I guarantee you there's going to be some furniture moving and some chairs moving if you attempt to spit on me or you spit on me like that. The dad sounds weak. I better not ever hear Trae Young try to sound tough or anything like that because you let some dude get close to spit on you and you don't want to press charges. What type of precedent does that set for the fans? So now the fans know they can get away with spitting on somebody and they won't get in trouble. What else are they going to do? That's as bad as it gets, spitting on somebody. So I don't know.
Ray, the moment that you found out, though, even though Trae wasn't really focused in on the negativity as much in the spitting or whatever the chants were, but when you guys found out as a family, why didn't you guys make the decision to go forward with pressing charges?
Because they're weak.
Well, I think that at the end of the day, it's one fan, and we felt that the NBA, the Players Association, the Knicks organization would do their best to handle it. We didn't want to, go down a dark road of filing charges, and the way things can get these days. Once you file charges.
No. You file charges. It sounds like you just don't want to be inconvenienced with the situation. You're gonna let this man almost spit on you, and you're not gonna press charges because you don't want to be inconvenienced, because you just sound weak. Could you imagine LeVar Ball if Lonzo or LaMelo got spit on or almost got spit on? You think LeVar Ball is just going to sit there like, well, we'll just kind of let things go. We don't want any trouble and yada, yada, yada. No, you press charges if you have a chance to. And again, if I was there, if that was me and somebody spit on me or got close to spit on me and I knew about it, we're going to have some major problems. I don't want to promote any violence or anything like that, but I put it to you like this. That person better have their dental insurance paid up, because they may not be leaving that stadium with all their teeth if you spit on me like that. That's a major problem. And his dad sounds weak. Sounds like he's too inconvenienced or too scared to press charges on somebody to have a situation because somebody spit on you or is getting ready to spit on your son and you don't want to press charges. That's a problem, and you sound weak. And nobody's going to care about you more than you. Nobody's going to care more about your son than you or your son. And you better press charge. You can't let somebody get away with that. This is not one of those times to turn the other cheek and, try to be all, humble about it. No, you press charges. You take care of business. You can't let somebody spit on you or get close to spit on you like that, especially if you figure it out later. That's a problem.
It turns into a bigger story. It puts more of a target on Trae's back, no matter if it's right or wrong. And we just felt like, since Trae didn't feel anything, he didn't see what happened. We just felt it was the right thing, and we just put our faith and trust in the NBA Players Association and the Knicks organization to take care of it, which they did. And luckily, Trae's feeling well. He's not sick. That's really a bad situation, especially with COVID. With the COVID protocols and everything that's going on. But you would just expect